And so it's also an uncovering to remove any belief systems that are not in harmony with ourselves, with our health, with our wealth, and with our relationships, starting with the relationship with ourselves. Okay. So if it feels right, you can place one hand on your heart and just take a slow, deep breath, right, going all the way down there into the belly as well. And, you have all the power, the healing, awakening, you have all the love, all the respect, all the recognition, all you need within you right here, right now. Okay. And everything that you are doing and all of your different roles in your life is an expression, is an outward expression of the wholeness that you have within you. Okay. So this is really important because no position or relationship or anything else can make you whole, right? Or can validate you. That comes from within. You don't need those titles or anything else. It comes from within. And there will be times in life that we come across people, situations, experiences that are not in alignment with that. And it calls us to really dig deep, to really gain clarity over who we really, really are. Like I said, it's a remembering, and to then really lean in and grow through that challenging time to really eliminate something which is no longer in alignment with our best self right here, right now. And that's really important because it does often take a lot of courage to really do that. It's so easy to just coast along, people please. And I'm not saying you have to go and have a fight with somebody, but it's really important that you do this. And this is the inner work. This is what self-love is. It's not actually necessarily, just going to the spa and getting your nails done. I mean, do that as well, enjoy yourself. But I'm talking about this deep inner work of really asking yourself those sometimes quite tricky questions, and calls us to really, this is self-leadership. Okay. So I do feel that many women can become emotionally strong through necessity. It may be through some situation, whatever that is for you, whether you're maybe, for example, growing through a divorce or single motherhood, whatever, there's so many different wordings around that. But I don't even like the word single motherhood. It's actually double, but all of these things and so many different situations, whatever it is that's led you to watch this, just led you to this masterclass, it's an opportunity to now, you've maybe built up this emotional weight over time, and it's now a beautiful opportunity to really release that. Okay. We don't need to take on responsibility for other people's emotional state as well. It's time to focus, on ourselves and to lead by example of the captain, of our ship. And, being high functioning is not resilience, okay? If you're stressed and you're feeling anxious and burnt out, but you're able to carry on with your work, that doesn't actually mean that you should carry on, right? So when you are a peak performer, which you are, if you are watching this, you most definitely are a peak performer. Actually, you really need to understand your intuition, your body, your mind, your soul really well. Everyone should, of course. But because you are somebody who is able to actually push through, right? You are actually able to just completely push through. And that is not actually the right thing to do. That is not the answer. So what you're often feeling is not weakness, but it can be the cost of just carrying too much for too long. And it can really start to wear down on you. I have many patients or clients who may have like palpitations, or you can just feel it in their chest. And that's just often because when the mind is not at ease, going to be a dis-ease disease, which is a state of disharmony, right? Dis-ease, disharmony. Now, of course, obviously, this is not therapy. Usually I am a doctor, but I'm not your doctor. So do see a physician and get checked out. I'm doing this with my coaching hat, okay, in more of an educational format. But it is really important that you do see somebody if you are having any dark thoughts. But what I want us to really focus on is how emotional weight can actually show up. So emotional weight can affect our energy, clarity, confidence, decision-making. And it can often show up as exhaustion, just feeling really run down, really overthinking, doubting ourselves, constantly reevaluating the plan, the strategy. Is this the right thing? Should I be focused on this? Oh gosh, there's a million things to do. Constantly feeling like you're running around like a headless chicken. And maybe you are able to get it all done, but it is coming at a cost. And I don't mean to sound like, really negative, but as in, you can get it all done, but you can also enjoy the journey. It doesn't have to be that you're running around and you're rushing around. Okay. And I'm saying this, I'm not saying I'm perfect, but as a mom of two, about to go and pick them up from club as well. So, but you want to do this because I promise you, this for your family, whether you have children or not, your calm nervous system will be their greatest asset. It will be the greatest asset for your service and for yourself. Okay. Having a calm nervous system, grounded leadership is a legacy in itself. And from that, you can lead great wealth creation, 6 figures and beyond, have a beautiful, life-transforming and lucrative service that you can launch or scale up, whether it's through your career or business or however you want to do it. But most importantly, it must come from your internal compass of values. You might need to look at that, because often burnout and stress through whatever the situation is you're going through is often because there's been a real misalignment of values for so long, but for whatever reason, maybe you weren't able to really express your deep truth, or maybe you learnt somewhere along the line that that's what love is, or that's what peak performance is, or success. You learn you have to really constantly hustle and grind. I'm not saying hard work isn't involved many a time, but it's not sustainable. Right. So you have to find a way of doing things in a sustainable way and trusting yourself, having that deep intuition and actually having the courage to do it. Right. Intuition is one thing, and then you've got to follow through, and you owe that to yourself. So healing doesn't mean we're revisiting the past. It actually means rewiring how your body is carrying yourself into the present. So what I want to do is remove this sort of fear, around healing. It's not just about analyzing, reliving the past, retelling old stories, because actually that can be very negative. It can almost kind of hold you there in this survival mode. So it holds on to emotional weight. It actually even holds on to physical weight as well. But so the nervous system needs regulation. It needs that flow, right? And not really like traumatization. And then actually you can then feel that shift of a big change. So one simple practice I want you to do is kind of name the place in the body that feels tense. Feel free to drop this in the comments down below. If you're watching the replay, I will catch the comments then. Soften your breath. Just notice. Learn to start to feel where you carry tension or stress in your body, where you feel excitement and flow. Really connect with yourself, because gentle awareness is already healing. Okay, gentle awareness is already healing. So emotional steadiness, you'll find, actually really improves your decision making, your boundaries, self-trust, really trusting yourself, capacity for aligned work, income. If you're going through a challenge, for example, like divorce or health challenges, family issues, whatever it is, coming from a state, you are the captain of your ship. So coming from a state of deep sense of calm and steadiness and inner stillness. Calmness is the jewel of the crown. So my mentor, Bob Proctor, taught me. Calmness is the jewel of the crown. Calm mind means you're then able to make the right decision. Okay. If I'm in an emergency as a doctor, is it going to help if I'm frantically running around, or in my mind, if I'm doubting myself? Right. Whereas, yes, there are 1,000 different ways it can go. But instead, if I'm really calm within myself, trusting myself that I know exactly what I'm doing, okay, and this is your intuition, that you trust yourself to make the right decision, okay? That is so important, because you can do anything with that. You really can. This is also not just calming the nervous system, but actually emotional healing really expands our capacity. Not that we want to carry more emotional weight, I don't mean that, but capacity to even just hold this beautiful vision we have for ourselves, and then, yes, the stamina to then actually carry out the work involved. But it's not hustle. It doesn't come from hustle and grind. But yes, there is work involved, right? Like, for example, right now, I've just completed my clinic all day, my medical clinic, little ones, about to pick them up. And I mean, actually, it's quite relaxed. We're going to watch a Christmas movie and, make dinner for them and, do a little bit of maths and English. And, then we'll be doing gratitude and meditation as we do every time at bedtime. That involves me coming from a place of calmness, right? And I'm grateful that I also do this with my husband as well. So this is co-leadership. But before you can do any of that teamwork, you need to be still and centered within yourself. Okay. And that is so important that you have that trust for yourself. You also stop overgiving, right? You're doing it from a place of wholeness. And this allows them, whoever your team is, right? Family's the first team, but them to also lead themselves very calmly. So self-leadership begins with emotional regulation. Okay. I would love for you to write that down. Leadership of the self begins with emotional regulation. If you want to scale your business to 6 figures and beyond, if you want to become a top leader in your industry, in your career, in your business, if you also want to be a #1 best-selling author, TED speaker, Forbes featured coach, if you also want to have an award-winning, service that you're providing, all of these things, if you also want to do all of this and enjoy a beautiful, abundant family life that's healthy and happy and calm, all of these things starts from within. It starts from that wealth from within. It starts from that healing from within. It starts with that calm leadership, which is love for yourself. This is what self-love looks like. Okay, it looks like journaling, meditation. It's not hard. If this resonated for you, what I'd love for you to do is to continue this work with me. Okay, just gently inside of Legacy Leaders. That is my membership. I have a dedicated pillar and it's called the House of Healing, where we do this week on week in a very deep way, but it's gentle. Okay, it's a safe, supported, sacred space for you. And you're welcome to come and explore it if it feels right for you. I'll drop the link down below so you can explore that. You can send me a message with the word leader if you would like to discuss this more. And I'd also have a workbook for you that I'd love for you to go through these questions. And if you'd like to talk to me about it, then we can do that, whether it's over Messenger or hop on a quick call and really just discuss, what's going on for you and the next best steps. Now, before we end, I want to really take a deep breath together. Breathing in this new chapter, it's not really a new identity, but it is you without the old beliefs or the old toxic patterns or maybe whatever's going on. It is you right here, right now. And you're doing this with gratitude for yourself, for bringing yourself here, for attending this masterclass, okay? Because that in itself takes courage to show up for yourself, okay? So don't do it for me, do it for you. There is a replay available, so you can just comment down below replay and I'll send that to you. And remember to comment down below or send me a private message with the word workbook and I'll send that to you. And that comes with this masterclass. So you can really just go a bit deeper with those questions. And obviously, if you want to, this is more of a taster of how the work we do much deeper inside Legacy Leaders. So this is a part of that. And if you'd like to do that, I'm here to help you with that. That also includes meditations. And also, if you go for the VIP option, that includes a one-to-one session as well. So we can really have a whole private virtual coaching day together. This is coaching, it's not therapy or medical work, but we can really go deeper in that for a whole day and go through all of your questions and really take things to the next level for you in terms of your health, your wealth, and your leadership. Sending you so much love and light. I've been Dr. Vidya, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.